Hey. Okay, I wanted to go through and talk about what am I talking about? So getting into the technical side of logistical, job availability, the education, and what you come out with, and then industry growth and stuff like that, and salary medians. So we start with the apprenticeship program is a 4-year degree, and it combines paid on-the-job training with classroom instruction. And the first thing that happens through this college, I don't know about other ones, this is the Northwest College of Construction here in Oregon. And so the first thing that they do is, in the program, is place them with a construction contractor, which they call a training agent. So that's it. You get hired. They find you an employer. They find employment for you. And then once you're hired, your status changes from applicant to a registered apprentice. And then once you're a registered apprentice, now that you're a registered apprentice, you can enroll in the college as a student for the apprenticeship classes. So you have to be registered apprentice, you have to be hired first before you can take the classes. Green tea leaves. So the education is free. The construction industry pays for your tuition and your books, so the employer who hired you, the training agent, will pay for everything. They'll pay for your tuition and books. And this one says except sheet metal programs, and HVAC. I don't know what that is. But then it says that as an apprentice you receive a paycheck, you get hands-on career training in your craft, you get your free education, and then upon completion, after the 4 years, and you put in, it's a total of 8,000 hours combined in the classroom and on-the-job training, you receive a nationally recognized industry certificate. As a master craftsperson, you become a journeyman. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Nationally recognized certification. Hell yeah. That the employer paid for. Isn't that awesome? So cool. And then, and as far as I'm aware, that doesn't include, I don't think you're required, I don't know if you sign anything that says, like, oh, you have to stay here for X amount of years after you complete it. I think it's just kind of a given. Like, the industry just pays for it, and then what you do after those 4 years is up to you, right? And then, so this says that it provides the students with a practical foundation on which to launch their career or even start their own construction business. Hell, yeah. So cool. What I'm thinking. Start a business. Maybe call it Lady Carpentry. Right? Have like a ragtag group of badass ladies, badass women's, going around building stuff. Building houses. Building tiny houses. Building hobbit houses. I want to do a lot of different things. Anyways, I digress. So, paid employment while you get trained with progressive wage increases. Like, apparently every 6 months it goes up like 5%. You start off with 50% of the wage of a journeyman, and then it goes up like 5% every 6 months or something until you get to like 80. And then once you become a journeyman, you get paid pretty good, which I'll go over that in a second here. So anyways, you learn the skills that you need through the job, and then you have a more secure career and the ability to adapt to new job requirements because you've already been on the job for a while, and then you get your credits and a certificate. Yep. Okay, and then I'm going to go through, so this is the occupational profile in Oregon for carpenters. And this is specifically in Lane County where I am. And it gives some information about the rest of Oregon as well. So depending on where you're at, it can be a little bit different. But I feel like Lane's, it's a good contrast just because Lane is it's a smaller county. I'm in Eugene. It's a smaller town, especially compared to Portland and stuff like that. So there's not going to be as much jobs, but even so, in Oregon total, there were currently, at the time that I printed this out, there were 60 jobs open, job postings for carpentry in Oregon. 60. And that is just through this one site. It's just one website, so there's probably more. All right, and then when I just down to my county in Eugene, there's 10. So that's not bad. I think that's okay, and especially compared to other ones. Like it's definitely, through all the different things I looked at, like it was one of the higher ones, right? Like one of the highest. You know, I don't know if it is the highest, but it's doing pretty good, it seems like. And then it says here that no statewide license is required for this occupation. Really? Really? I don't know. I'll have to fact check that. I mean, I guess maybe not. Maybe this is like, but you just need the experience and the knowledge. I'm not sure. We'll see, right? I know certain things, like apparently electricians, maybe it's just like there are more strict regulations because it's more dangerous work. And you have to really know what you're doing, or else you're going to get people who are getting fried, right? And, but this one, it seems like, I mean, I guess saws and stuff, you cut your hand off, but I guess that's probably less likely, right? Than, like, accidentally touching a wire that you're like, oh, what's this? Bloop. Done for. So, in Oregon, the median, okay, so the average hourly wage in Oregon for a journeyman carpenter is $23 an hour, and here in Lane it's $22, and then the average annual is $49,000. That's pretty good. I would be happy to make that money, to make that much money. I mean, I would be happy just as an apprentice, like half that, $23,000. I mean, a year. Like, come on, that's all right. That's all right. I mean, I guess it depends on where you're at in life. Like, I don't have any kids. I don't have to take care of anybody but myself and my cat. I just want a decent life. I just want to live okay. Live well. I want to be content and be able to afford my food, my home, my living situation, and I'm good. My dream. I'll get there. I'll get to the high points eventually, but for now, it's like I'll be happy for the stability and the hard work and the education, you know. And so this is what the employment analysis is. It says that employment in this occupation in 2017 was much larger than most occupations across the state. And then the total number of job openings is projected to be much larger than occupations in Oregon throughout 2027. So good growth, right? Like there's going to be some good openings. And I think that might have to, it says that existing working workers permanently leaving their occupation. So people who are retiring out of the job, it's like, that's why the trades, it's like they need new people to be coming in. And I think right now too, especially is like a lot of, what would it be, the baby boomers? I'm not sure, but maybe not. A lot of people, they're, you know, it's that time. A lot of people are leaving the workforce, and young folks like us, they need apprentices. We need more people to be coming into the trades. And then it says that it's expected to grow somewhat a faster rate than the statewide average growth for all occupations throughout 2027. So it's got good market, you know, good job market projected in the future for the next 10 years. So pretty good. The percent change in Oregon, it's a 17% increase in the market, and then the annual job openings is 2,546 job openings statewide. Pretty good, huh? And then just here in Lane, it's 161, so 161 different job openings throughout the year. It's not bad. I think I could get one of those. Snatch one up. I mean, I wonder how many carpenters exist here. I don't know. And then it says that it seems like a majority of them is the construction of the industries, is the construction of buildings, and residential building construction seems to be at the top by a pretty good margin, and then it's not non-residential building construction, and then I'm not sure what heavy and civil engineering construction is lower, and then specialty trade contractors. So that's just kind of like a look at what the different like facets or like specialties, niches Oh no, the flies are starting to come in. I better wrap this up. Close the door. Yeah, and so next it just goes through about the knowledge, like the different things that people need to do. Repairing the materials, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, be able to speak well, communicate it on the job, using machinery and tools, design, repair and maintenance of tools, and then knowledge about design techniques and tools and principles, and like be able to read blueprints, and then know some good safety. Safety knowledge is really important. 'Cause you don't want to cut your fingers off. Right? I don't want to lose my hands. And then, it says the abilities is manual dexterity, problem sensitivity, so noticing when problems are happening, trunk strength, so lower back and stomach, good core strength, and the visualization, being able to imagine how something's going to look in your mind after it's moved around and changed. Yep, so that's a big thing. Digging holes, installing carpets, installing flooring, adding trim. Apparently a trim carpenter is its own thing, so you're like applying the finishing touches and it's like very exact. So I don't know if you've like hung things in a gallery or did different precision things, like that could be your specialty, And there's also I guess rough carpentry, which is like more adding like the foundational structures that we then build on top of. But yeah, digging holes, adding the decorative touches, installing doors and windows, verifying the alignment of the structures, projecting like project costs, and then inspecting things, keeping things clean, and drilling holes, measuring materials and objects, and like choosing the right construction materials, cutting wood for installation, like cutting the right size boards and stuff like that. And so that's a good quick. It's not that quick, but it's a good overview of the job market, what's required, and stuff like that. I hope that it was helpful and, helps you move along, helps you make a decision, or, just inspiring in some way. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.